is the family. It's not Allah. It's not the Prophet ﷺ. It's the family. Family has become the most sacred thing. More important than Allah. More important than the Prophet ﷺ. More important than the awliya Allah. Correct? Nothing is more important than family. No. Which Prophet said that? Which ayat is saying that? Which saint is saying that? Oh, just some people here in the East and West saying that. We're not in the way of spirituality and tasawwuf to follow certain sayings of people here and there. We follow the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ. Do you understand? Following in their footsteps. You cannot claim to follow the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ. Then once in a while you want to follow footsteps of Dajjal. Once in a while you want to follow the footsteps of Shaitan. Once in a while you want to follow the footsteps of your ego and then come back and follow the footsteps of the Prophet. You cannot do that. We are weak. We do that sometimes. That's understandable. But don't mistake their footsteps for the footsteps of the Prophet ﷺ, which people do. They mistake. They don't mistake. They only fool themselves. So they say the family is the most important thing. Which Sahabi said this? Or do they say, may my family be sacrificed for you, Ya Rasulullah? Or do they say, may my father and my mother be sacrificed for you, Ya Rasulullah? Or do they say, may my children be sacrificed for you, Ya Rasulullah? And they didn't just say, they sacrificed their father, their mother, their husbands, their wives, their children for the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. When you have that attitude, when you have that passion, when you have that love, that you sacrifice everything that you love, you sacrifice yourself for the way of the Prophet ﷺ. When you have that, then you're in the footstep. That time you have complete faith. Because Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, you will not have complete faith until you love me more than you love your family, your father, your mother, everything that you own. You will not get complete faith until you love me more than you love yourself. Correct? But today, they're saying the most important thing, it is the family. Maybe one way or another, I'm not agreeing to it even outside of the context of tariqat. Even outside the context of tariqat, you must make Allah and His Prophet priority. This is not only tariqat, or make Allah and your Prophet priority. Outside of tariqat, you don't make Allah and His Prophet priority. You can make everything as priority. No, it's not. This is a Muslim. And Islam stood strongly for 1300 years because of that. They were sacrificing their traditions. They were sacrificing their way of life. When Islam, when Haqq came, and they say, we realize this, we put everything. These are traditions. It is not in the way of Allah and His Prophet. It's causing confusion. We put it aside. They don't bring it along. So many are going to take my words and twist it. So many may say, oh, he's saying don't love your family. Don't take care of them. Don't respect them. That's why they're saying spirituality is not for everyone, because you say one word, they misunderstand it in 100 different ways. How are you going to now make progress in spirituality where you have to explain every word that you say? You cannot. And the person who needs more and more and more and more explanation, that he doesn't get it, then he should go for other kinds of training before he comes to the way of tasawwuf. Because the way of tasawwuf, it is not through arguing and trying to understand that way. It is already knowing and understanding. Life is going to teach you. Experience is going to teach you. You will understand yourself, then that time you will understand your Lord. So, your family, they are not causing you any confusion in the way of Allah and His Prophet. Alayhi salatu wassalam. Very good. They're causing you confusion. You draw a line. Your attachment to them is causing you confusion in the way of Allah and His Prophet. You draw a line because you don't belong to them. They don't belong to you. Your father does not belong to you. Your son does not belong to you, because we all belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That son, we did not make that son. That daughter, that children, we didn't make them. It is a trust from Allah. But West is saying, your children, they're yours. So you don't possess anything. You don't possess anyone. Your own flesh and blood, you don't possess them. They're creatures of Allah. They are around you. They are your trust. They are entrusted. You're entrusted with them. You have to take care of them. So we should run away from these modern forms of idolatry. And run to have a clean faith. Because if we are not going to be tested with the things that we love, it's very difficult for us to find faith. May Allah not test us. We're not asking for Allah to test us, but we're asking Allah to give us strength and clarity to understand what is bringing us closer to Him and what is a barrier, a veil between us and Him. Because we will come to that day. Soon that day is going to come to us, where there's no more father, mother, brother, sister. We're all going to stand on that day, on that plane, on Judgment Day, and we will not even recognize each other. We're going to be without any clothes on, open and naked, but everyone is going to be so heavy thinking about all the wrong things that they have done to be facing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that they're not even going to look at each other. No, you're not going to say that time, oh my son, oh my daughter, let me take care of you, my darling. No, you're going to look at yourself. Because that is real. That is real. When you have that attitude, you can balance it. When you have that attitude, you love your son, your daughter, your parents, your husband, your wife, you will balance it. You will not start worshipping them. Because we worship only Allah. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha.